This is a review of the Environmental Rating Scale Assessment Supplement. The objective of this assessment is that students will evaluate the infant, toddler, and preschool classrooms utilizing the Infant and Toddler Environmental Rating Scale, often referred to as ERS, as well as the utilization of the Early Childhood Environmental Rating Scale, or ECERS. Students will develop the connection between how caregivers can maintain and manage a safe environment. The assessment requirements include the following elements, and the first one is a foundational preparation step. Students are strongly encouraged to view the ERS Environmental Rating Scale Overview video. That's this hyperlink right here. It's about 3 minutes. The second video provides a brief overview of the rating scale, an example of 2 different criterion. The first one is ECERS, Early Childhood Environmental Rating Scale, Standard 3, the use of displays. So when you click on this video, the first 23 seconds briefly reviews the scoring of their environmental rating scale. After that, from 0.23 to the 220 marker, it illustrates Criterion 5, displays. If you choose to have a secondary example, the video does continue and provides an overview and examples of Criterion 16, becoming familiar with print. We hope that you find both of these videos helpful and allows you to more clearly navigate this assessment. To complete the assessment itself, students will complete the following steps. First, you will view each of the videos corresponding with either the ERS or ECERS criterion and complete using the Environmental Rating Scale Assessment Worksheet document. And that is a secondary document that will be the conclusion of this video. Students are encouraged to view each video twice without sound. That is your choice. This will help you focus on the environment itself. The worksheet elements include the evaluation of the criterion, rating and specific evidence notes, and the connection between how caregivers can maintain and manage a safe environment. Each criterion will be rated a 1, 3, 5, or 7 according to the criterion descriptions. The rating indicators or descriptions are as follows. 1 is inadequate. You do not see any evidence of the criterion. 3, minimal. Let's say it's a 5-minute video, you see it once. That may be an example of minimal. 5, you see it. You'd like to see more, and you'd like to see it consistently. Maybe you'd like to see it at the children's level in the case of the displays. That's good. 7 is excellent. You're seeing it consistently, and you're confident that it's part of this environment as a standard. Ultimately, students are making an opinion statement as you rate it. You're also going to reference the chart below to see how each component of this assessment chart is completed. Page 2 provides an example. So let's walk through this process together. Here's your example. The criterion is listed. In this case, it's criteria 5, child-related display, and it is part of the Early Childhood Environmental Rating Scale, ECERS. So if we look down at the notes at the bottom, consider the ECERS criteria, in this case, child-related displays. The criterion titles are basic, so please take it at face value. When viewing the video, where in the environment do you see examples, in this case, of displays of the children's artwork samples? Okay, the second component we're going to jump over to blue is the specific evidence related to the criterion, child-related display, and you are going to create 2 observation notes. When viewing the video the second time, consider which criteria elements you observed and include at least 2 observation notes. These can be brief sentences, but they must be complete sentences. You are required to use standard written English, so grammar and punctuation, spelling as well is considered in the evaluation of this completed assignment. Okay, after you have viewed the video, recognizing the criterion, you've taken 2 notes to support the evidence. You are now going to choose how you're going to rate this criterion based on the video. So after viewing the criterion specific descriptions and viewing the corresponding video twice, you're going to rate the criterion 1, 3, 5, or 7. Again, these rating indicators are above: 1 inadequate, 3 minimal, 5 good, 7 excellent. And this is ultimately your opinion. Your rating should be reinforced by your observation notes. So if your observation notes read as if this is a wonderful, excellent environment, then your rating is probably going to be a 7. In this case, there was 1 small display of children's artwork, not a lot, and the staff talked about the display only once. So this is rated as a 3, which is considered minimal. Down below, you will find 2 criterion-related questions, considering how caregivers can maintain and manage a safe environment or improve upon the environment. So in this example, how does the display of children's work in the classroom support a safe environment? And the response here is caregivers can redirect children by pointing out displays and beginning discussions about the displays. The second question here is, what is one suggestion that would improve the environment specific to the criterion? Again, referencing up top, the criterion is child-related display. So the response example here, displays for various areas of the classroom. For example, pictures of block creations could be added to the walls at the children's level. Right? Safe because it's at the children's level. They don't have to be looking up or down. They're not hanging and spinning around from the ceiling. Right, so that's one criterion example, and you will do 5 of these total. After you complete your 5 of your criterion and the entire box, which we just walked through, you're going to review the grading rubric and make sure that you have a clear understanding of that. Just a reminder, spelling and grammar will be considered. You're going to review the course schedule for the assessment due date, and you're going to submit your completed worksheet. After saving it to a Word format, you're going to submit it to the module submission site. On this 3rd page of this document is the ERS grading rubric. Again, you will be assessing 5 criteria: ERS, Infant Toddler Environmental Rating Scale, criteria 1, 2, and 3, and ECHRS, Early Childhood Environmental Rating Scale, 4 and 6. You used 5 above, so please don't be looking for sequential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3 of ERS, 4, and 6 of ECHRS. And you can see how each will be graded upon your completed assignment. This video is going to pause momentarily, and we're going to open up and look at the worksheet that students will complete and then submit. This is the 2nd document that students will utilize for the Environmental Rating Scale assessment. This is the ERS assessment worksheet, and this is the document that students should open and complete. You're going to review the Environmental Rating Scale assessment supplement and the rubric. That was part 1 of this video. In addition, consider reviewing the example on page 2 of the assessment supplement. Review the criterion title to know what you're looking for in each video. For example, criterion 1, indoor space. Is the space designed and organized? How is the space designed and organized? So consider that criterion prior to viewing the videos. The assessment supplement includes the complete requirements for this assessment, and again, also including an example. You will rate each of the criteria 1, 3, 5, or 7, and view each of the following videos corresponding to ERS or ECRS criterion and complete the below worksheet. Students are again encouraged to view the video twice without sound so that you can be focusing on the environment. Please make sure to include your full name. You're looking at ERS, Infant Toddler Environmental Rating Scale, specific to space and furniture, criteria 1 through 3. So as we go down, each criterion is listed. In this case, criteria 1, indoor space, the indoor environment, designing and organizing. This video is entitled Designing Spaces for Learning. It's part of the Virtual Lab School library of videos. So you're going to click on this hyperlink. The secondary step that we looked at in the example, after viewing twice, is to put 2 complete sentence evidence notes. Rate 1, 3, 5, 7 from the video that you viewed, and you're going to jump down below and you're going to respond to both of these questions. Minimum of 1 to 2 sentences and complete sentences using standard written English. So that's criteria 1. You want to make sure that you're scrolling down. You have ERS criterion 2, which looks at furnishings for care. Criteria 3, looking at room arrangement. Each of these videos are different. And many of the questions, follow-up questions, are different. So it's not a cut-paste scenario. Make sure, again, you're viewing the videos twice and you're responding to each of these components for each criterion. ECRS is looking again at space and furnishing, but specifically criteria 4 and 6. Criteria 4 is space for privacy, cultivating spaces for all learners. Again, the title of the video as well as the hyperlinked video for you to review. And finally, the last criterion of 5 is criterion 6, and that's space for gross motor play. This is looking at physical development specifically. Criterion video, suggested to view twice. While you're viewing, you're writing 2 supportive evidence notes related to the criterion. After you do those steps, you're going to include your numeric rating 1, 3, 5, 7, and then drop down and respond to both of the follow-up questions. That's a complete review of the Environmental Rating Scale Assessment Supplement and the Environmental Rating Scale Assessment Worksheet. We hope that this is supportive of your success. If you have any questions, you are encouraged to contact a classmate or your course instructor.